Whoa, I'm in for a treat, man. This is made by GlobeHome. This is a 10-inch frying pan. It is 5 layers. It is unbelievable. I don't usually show this, but the package was just so cool. I just wanted to give you a quick look at it and show you how this looks. I mean, look how this thing comes out packaged. Look at this. I mean, it's crazy. Heavy duty foam. I've never seen foam. Look at this. I could probably use that as a backstop. But all that to pack that. Pretty cool, huh? So, if you're going to get a gift and you're looking for something really well packaged, this could be it. Now, they do make a 12-inch too. This is a 10-inch. And what better way to show a frying pan than to actually cook something, right? So I have a Primus stove, which is not really designed for that. I mean, that thing's huge, right? They brag that the heat disperses across this thing beautifully. Now, it is 5-ply. It's 5 layers. Okay, 3 millimeter thick. So we're talking, and it goes on any cooktop. You know, we're talking layers of aluminum, then stainless steel at the end. And they've got it all listed on the actual product website, which is pretty impressive. It's riveted over here. I wish it came with a lid. It didn't come with a lid. I wish it did, because that would have been cool. But I'm sure any lid will fit this frying pan. Now, a lot of times people will pre-season their stainless steel frying pans. You know, put some oil to them and pop them in the oven and get a nice patina to them. But I'm not going to do that because they say you don't have to. I'm just going to take it straight out of the box. Didn't even wash it. And I'm going to cook on it. Looks pretty clean to me. What do you think? I've eaten out of worse, believe me, in my lifetime. So let's get heating this thing up and see if I can put, you know, some real heat to this thing, which will be pretty awesome. Whoa. I want this where I can grab it. Like right about there. Now, I'm going to make, I guess, a little stir fry is what I'm going to make with this thing is what I'm going to do. The butter is melting on the edges. Okay? It's melting quicker in the center where the flame is, of course. But it is dispersing the heat all around the frying pan. And by the way, this is just a stick of butter. You know, it was funny. Years ago, I used to buy that real cheap margarine stuff because it was cheap. And I couldn't afford much. And when we bought this stuff by the sticks, because it was more expensive, we would actually refer to it as, oh, I wish I could buy the real butter. It was always called the real butter. It wasn't by name. It was just called the real butter. It was so funny the way we referred to things as we were growing up when we were poor. So, but this is melting on the outside of the frying pan nicely. So I got no problems there whatsoever. So first I'm going to throw some meat in here. And the nice thing about when you make a stir fry, you don't need much meat. I mean, you can use one steak, you could use a pork chop, I mean, a chicken, whatever you like. You don't need that many pieces of meat, you really don't. 10 inches is nice. I mean, I could see really doing, you know, a 2-person thing to deal with this. So, I'm going to throw my vegetables in. So we got purple onion, We've got yellow pepper, orange pepper. You know what's funny about the colored peppers? They were cheaper than the green peppers. The green peppers were like $1 a piece, and this came in a package of 3, and you got 3 colors: a red one, an orange one, and a yellow one. And they were $2.50. And I thought about that, 3 green peppers were $3. Well, these 3 peppers were 50 cents cheaper. You really have to pay attention to when you actually buy things. You really do. If you want to get some pretty good deals, is what you want to get. So let me get this stuff in there. And this is going to break down, of course. Is what that is going to do. Okay. Let me stir this up a bit. See how it's looking. Not bad. I think I need a little more real butter. Yeah. I'm going to put it off to the edge here and see how it melts. Yeah, it's melting. So let's understand about this, okay? This is made by GlobeHome. It is a 10-inch stainless steel frying pan. It is 5-ply. And it has what's referred to as aluminum core. Now, this actually disperses the heat. A lot of camping gear is made out of aluminum. And one, because it's light, and one, because it disperses the heat really nice. It works on all stoves, okay? Induction, it's dishwasher safe. I mean, it's pretty amazing. 5 layers of premium metal, total 3mm thick, precision engineered, built with 304 construction is what it's built with. Dual 1050 aluminum layers, 3003 alloy core, 430 stainless steel base. And what's this say? Triple layer, 2 layers of pure aluminum, 1 aluminum alloy, delivers rapid, evenly heating, and excellent heat retention. Well, I can agree to that statement. Because when I put something along the edge and the flame is in the middle, my butter did melt. Okay? And this frying pan is way too heavy for this stove I'm cooking on. But it's going to be a good test on if it disperses the heat nicely, is what it's going to be. Now, I don't add my spices right away, okay? Take note of that. I make sure everything's covered in the real butter. And then once it heats up, then I add my lemon pepper, because I love lemon pepper to death. Okay? That's like my favorite allspice. And then after I do that, notice I grab the handle. I have to grab the handle. I mean, it could fall when you cook on a little burner like this. This is cooking up nice, actually. Very nice. Okay, so why do this test, on a stainless steel frying pan you use at home on your oven? Well, let's say the power goes out, okay? Oh, wow. And, you light some lanterns and now you got light, but you pull out your little stove to cook on. Can you do that? Does it disperse the heat across the frying pan nicely? So now you're sitting there with your lights on with an electric lantern, hopefully. You really don't need the fuel type anymore. And you're able to have a nice hot meal. Little things like having decent light when the power goes out. When we had our ice storm here, there was people without electricity for over a week. And it was interesting to hear them talk when I was down at the grocery store, and they were saying like it was really nice to have light. It was really nice to be able to cook. Okay, and that's a long time to go without your normal conveniences a good week. Okay, a lot of things can go wrong. You could be without electricity for 1 month to 6 months. Don't ever think that can't happen. Things are crazy right now in the world. So being able to cook your meals, being able to have light, being able to have some basic comforts is going to make the difference on how you feel each day when you get up. You don't want to be eating cookies out of a box and thinking, oh my God, is the light's ever going to come on? You don't want that. A very simple little stove that you see me cooking on, this frying pan can do it because it's layered and the heat disperses to the sides. My stuff in the middle is not the only thing cooking. And look, if you don't know it, non-stick frying pans are garbage. They give you cancer. The stuff flakes off. Even the black utensils that people buy. All that plastic stuff is garbage. I know it's going to cost you some money, but throw it out. I threw it all out. Okay? Everything I run is stainless steel. All right? That's it. I don't have anything sticking in this. Nope. When I turn it over on my tiny little spatula, not at all. Nothing sticking whatsoever. I got some nice cooking going on. Look at my tiny little spatula. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's from Tokes, actually, I think. And I take that backpacking. It does what it needs to do. I can cook on anything. I'm telling you right now. I have cooked for so many years because I'm 62 out in the wilderness that I can cook on anything, with anything. Now, I love stainless steel. This would be too much to take backpacking, too much weight. I think it's around 3 pounds. But car camping? Oh, this thing would work. Oh, heck yeah. And the nice thing about using this titanium spatula, I don't have to worry about scratching a stainless steel frying pan. It's not like non-stick, right? Non-stick, you're scratching the heck out of that all the time. You're eating that stuff. They know it gives you cancer. I mean, it's bad enough. We probably got all kinds of microplastics in us, but we need to do every step we can to make our lives better. The only way I could see you warping this is if you were to cook this, say, on an open fire at extreme heat. It says it's good for 800 Fahrenheit, so you can pop it in the oven. But I really wouldn't want to go that high. I mean, you think most ovens you're running 400, 350, right? So it's double what you're actually going to cook it at. If you're going to warp this, you're probably going to have to go a whole lot higher than that, is what you have to do. And that's the reason why they make it with all these plies. It prevents it from warping, is what it does. Now the handle is riveted, heavy duty rivets. Okay? But let's say the rivets broke. Something happened to them. Because the rivets do break sometimes. You could actually get a drill and drill those rivets out and put a couple bolts in. The handle on this while I'm cooking is not hot at all. Not hot. The heat is being dispersed all through the frying pan. Nothing is burning on the bottom. And I've got that cooking high. Okay? So, my little stir fry has enough there for at least 2 people. Me and my son are going to eat it, by the way. And he's quite excited. He likes stir fries. And I have no butter in the bottom, just a tiny bit. And everything is cooking quite nicely. So get your home a GlobeHome stainless steel frying pan. Comes in 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. Link in the bottom. Get rid of that Teflon, that non-stick, and start switching over to stainless steel. Oh, by the way, you want to see it? Let's see if I can do this. See that? Look at that. That's amazing, eh? And you see if I push some of it to the side. And maybe I could show you that. Notice, no sticking, no nothing. That's one impressive frying pan. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.